This is Netflix introduction. In Scott Valley, California, Mark Redunlop and Reed Hastings founded Netflix in 1997 before the two had collaborated at Pure Software Business. Redunlop served as co-founder of the computer mail order business, Macro Warehouse, and then as a vice president of marketing at Bonal International. Hastings developed Pure Software, which he's recently sold for 7,000 million, and he made an initial 2.5 million investment in Netflix. When Hastings neglected to return a movie by the due date and was forced to pay $40 in late fee, he came out with the concept for Netflix. On April 14, 1998, the website went live using a more conventional pay parental model. In September 1998, Netflix launched their monthly payment plan. Since then, Netflix has grown to be known for offering flat rate limited rental fee of restriction like shipping and handling charge, late penalty, or due date. That's all for introduction. Okay, this is issue and recommendation for Netflix. First issue, due to its international expansion, Netflix must devise unique price plan that take into account the sensitivity of each region. For only $3.27 a month, Turkish consumer, for example, may subscribe to Netflix. Netflix streaming subscriber in Argentina, Brazil, Japan, and Mexico pay no more than $6 per month, which is far less than what Americans spend. The cost of a Netflix service should also the weight against the typical income in the area. Okay, for the recommendation, based on Chapter 9, global pricing that show Netflix company can use strategic pricing tool. Netflix should use penetration pricing. Netflix need to compete in a crowded market, set a low price, and gradually increase. When you start out with a cheap price to immediately attract what consumer base. Penetration pricing makes sense according to Donelsky. Considerably reduced price might help your product stand out. For instance, in a market where there are many of identical item and consumer who care about pricing. In order to increase demand for your product, you might persuade buyer to switch brand because of economic scale. The increase in scale volume may lower your unit cost.
Netflix's only options to increase revenues is to raise the monthly subscription fees. As we know, Netflix charge their subscriber monthly with different plans and packages. After their consumers paid the plans and packages, they can enjoy the Netflix contents for months. The users need to renew the subscriptions after a month to continue enjoying the Netflix content. But the issue here is, how can Netflix gain more revenues other than charging their consumers on subscription and making their own film or content? By only relying on the fees of subscription and their contents, this can seem beatable by their competitors. They need to come up with something new or become more innovative. Based on Chapter 8 in the syllabus, which is Brand and Product Decisions in Global Marketing, Netflix can use the brand extension. As the example given, the Virgin Group have various of products and services such as Virgin Entertainment, Virgin Radio, Virgin Hotels, and Virgin Airways. We would recommend Netflix to use the brand extension and develop a new product or services such as theme park. The Netflix theme park contents should include the popular movies contents. For example, in the Netflix theme park, the visitor can experience the Squid Game tournament, the Stranger Things adventure, and many more. This can enhance the revenues and also making the Netflix brand more bigger in the world market.
The critical issue is the reliance on media companies. The issue is, as we know, Netflix has a wide variety of movies and series for their customers, but the issue here is that Netflix value is intimately connected to the content of other companies. Concurrently, these companies are competing for Netflix views. As a result, they are hesitant to trade their content to the Netflix streaming service. As a result, Netflix is struggling to connect with other companies, despite the fact that both companies compete for viewers. So the recommendation solved is according to chapter 10 of the syllabus, which is the global marketing channel and physical distribution. Netflix should concentrate on their work with their intermediaries because there are more companies that need to connect into them and have a lot of series and movies in the Netflix. By focusing on this strategy, they will be able to manage their issue and support market entry by committing money, managers, and proven marketing ideas that will benefit both companies. Netflix should be also strengthen ties with national distributors and ensure distributors provide the detailed market and financial performance reports. By this, the issue that Netflix have could be less burden to the company.
For the next critical issue of Netflix is difficult international growth. Netflix in the United States of America collection is somewhat lacking in the other country due to its uneven international distribution. In several of its recently introduced markets, Netflix product is less interesting and enticing. Additionally, Netflix is investing a lot of money to secure the worldwide right to a popular content. As a result, Netflix faces fierce competition. For the recommendations of this issue, Netflix gather the data on consumer movie preference, examine them for information, and develop a unique genre for each user. Netflix is a good example of disruptive innovation since at the first blockbuster mainstream, customers who rented new movie on demand did not find the Netflix mail-in subscription option to be appealing. By focusing on population that its competitors had shown, Netflix delivered a subpar but more customized alternative at a lower price. Eventually, Netflix climbed upward by incorporating features that mainstream customer wanted and innovated the dislodge the industry heavyweight. For the recommendation with relevant topic is relevant with the chapter 1, which is about the introduction of global marketing. It stated that the competitive advantage, which is explained that when a business is successful in generating more value for customer than its rival do. Netflix provided a substandard but more specialized option at a reduced price by concentrating on demographic that its rival had avoided. In the end, Netflix advanced by implementing features that common consumer want and by innovating the topple the sector heavyweight.
So the next issue is paying an increased fee to the studio to access content. When studios charge Netflix a high rate to access their content, this might result in Netflix incurring additional costs, which may then be passed on to company customers. Because of the intensity in the market, the company may be required to charge its consumer an amount that is marginally greater than what is customary. This may result in the loss of potential customer. The most straightforward obstacle to surmount is figuring out how to implement technology that is both capable of providing access to streaming service and friendly to end users. Because Netflix has already struck partnership with manufacturer to integrate this move, the task may be straightforward to tackle for the company. As a result, the business is in a better position to continue in that way. So the recommendation for that issue is based on the Chapter 9 of Global Pricing, which show that Netflix company can use market skimming. Netflix can charge customer a premium price. This is because with fees like this, it can help customer to be more interested in subscribing to Netflix. Not only that, this way too, it can attract more customer to subscribe to Netflix. For example, if the fees are too expensive, it will make customer not subscribe to Netflix, but if the fees are reasonable, it will help contract customer because they will think the price is affordable than subscribing to other movie streaming. So, in conclusion, this contract demonstrates what a Netflix customer should see in the terms of how specific SVOD service companies must comply with this contract agreement in order to meet consumer needs. It is difficult to secure a very long-term deal because the owner of the films, dramas, and movie reportedly believe that their content should be available on all available platforms rather than just one SVOD service company. After that, when everything is taken into account, it is reasonable to suppose that Netflix recognizes a demand potential and develop a business plan marketing strategy. After that, the paradigm underwent constant revision so that it could adapt to the ever-changing reality around it. Their growth strategy are ambitious, but the financial return on investment is proof that their approach has become a success. Thank you.